All right, so here's exactly how I scaled my content agency to 22,550 euros and 28 cents in just 4 months of starting it. So first and foremost, the most important thing is that you go into a niche that you're actually interested in, that you had some past experiences in, that you can obsess about. For example, if you're into swimming, like, participated in tournaments, you've been swimming your whole life, then go ahead and work with somebody like a swimming coach, swimming influencers, I don't know, even swimming celebrities. Just work with people that you're actually interested in, that you can relate to, that you will love to know more and more and more about. Me, for example, I was always interested in growing a YouTube channel. I have made videos for a long time, those old gaming and Minecraft videos and that kind of stuff. And I was actually watching a lot of YouTube videos when I was growing up. So what I decided to do was I just reached out to the people that I was watching when I was growing up and signed them as clients. Genius move, right? And then getting to the point where you know so much about them is easy by just sticking to the niche and getting more sales calls, but with these people, talking more to them, working with them for longer times, actually understanding their psyche. You'll get to that point. You just have to choose a niche that you can actually do this with. So there's so many possible niches to go into. Choose the one that you would love to work. Okay, the second step is to come up with an offer that is incredible. You need to create an insane offer that provides so much value for your clients and gets them a cash investment return. So meaning you make them more money than they spend on you and your service. Look, always remember, the harder it is to create a good service, the easier it will be to sell it. And the easier it will also be to get clients results. So don't just go with the easy thing like video editing because it's the easiest thing to fulfill and to offer. Don't limit your offer to what you can do. Expand it to what your clients really need. I don't know, just learn something new. If you can, when I was starting out, I only knew how to edit, right? But then I learned that the clients I had didn't just want editing. They actually wanted to make more money. They wanted to grow their businesses. The editing and the video content creation was just a tool to get to their goals. So what I did is I learned the skills to get them to their goals. Skills like media buying and running ads. So learn new things, expand your knowledge, and actually get your clients to their goals. For example, in my earlier stages, right, as a coach, when I was growing my coaching business and when I first started with it, somebody would come to me and say, hey, I'm going to do your video editing. I was like, I don't know, man. I can just get an editor. Probably, we can try if you're cheap, but I could probably get somebody by myself as well and have a VA manage them. But if somebody would come to me and say, hey, look, I'm going to kind of build out your funnel and I'm going to get you to 20K a month in your coaching business as soon as possible. And you're going to do it way faster with me because I've done it hundreds of times before and I have expertise in this. And that means we're going to create your ads. We're going to do your appointment setting. All you have to do is just record the content, send it over to us, and we will take care of everything else. All you have to do is then take the appointments that are popping up on your calendar because we're booking them in for you. Close them and then service them because the thing that you're best at is just coaching. So go ahead and do that. Focus on that. Look, it is a fucking amazing offer that I would have just said yes to. But you know what? Nobody came to me and offered that. And the reason being is because of this little concept right here. So imagine this right here is you, okay? And this right here is a process of creating your offer. And the longer this right here is, the more pain and agony you're going to sustain because it just takes more time. It takes more energy. And the thing is that nobody does this. People just end up here, boom, and then they end up on editing or something super simple, right? And so if you do this, nobody wants to follow your steps to, go through the pain and go through the agony and take all that time and effort to go through this. So when you're here, you'll be alone there and nobody else will have followed you because nobody wants to go through. People will end up kind of here. So what this means is you won't have competition. It'll be easier to sell, as I said, but that also is the reason why I didn't get anybody to reach out to me for something like this offer because nobody was fucking offering it. Or let me give you another example, right? Like, let's say you're working with e-com businesses. Well, again, you could go ahead and edit their creatives and kind of make their content, or you could tangibly help them get more sales by improving their shop, building out their funnel, building an email list. So many things you can do to get them more money. Just focus on what they actually need help with. All right, the third thing you want to do is find ideal prospects that you can reach out to. Like, find people that you would actually really like to work with. How do we do that most efficiently? Well, you can do that by scraping Instagram. There are a lot of tools to do that. Or scraping Google. There are a lot of tools to do that. Or by paying somebody like a lead gen guy in Upwork or Fiverr to create you a list of the ideal prospects that you want to have. And then you just sorting through them and making sure that these leads are actually good to reach out to. And it's very important to collect both their Instagrams as well as their emails. So at least 2 ways to contact them. And if your prospects are on another platform like, I don't know, LinkedIn or something, and collect those platforms as well. And then the next thing you want to do is go onto this beautiful site called Loom, download the application, and then with the prospects that you have, create personalized 4 to 5 minute videos for them that are, not evergreen, not actually recorded for that prospect that you're reaching out to, and provide insane value in those videos. Give them a strategy that they can use. show them what they can improve immediately, and give them high incentives to reply to you. For example, say, hey, look, you reply to me, I can probably script out an ad for you, and you can just go ahead and use it. Usually those ads that we do perform really well. So more than happy to kind of do that for you if you just reply and show you how that will look like for you. And so give them value, blow them away, give them some strategy that they can actually implement even without your help, or at least have a good idea and good understanding of what they should do to improve their business and actually generate more revenue. Well, if you do that and you send it over to them with all the platforms, so meaning on email, on Instagram, and whatever else, LinkedIn they have, Twitter, I don't care, all the platforms that they have to make sure that they see it, then they will get back to you. First of all, in a lot of cases, show gratitude, but then also ask you to book a call and just learn more about what you have to say and, kind of get into conversation with you because they see that you have a lot of value to provide for the business. So if you send value up front with Looms, it will actually not be that hard to book calls in return because if people can go into DMs and send the shittiest DMs ever and already book a few calls here and there, not many, and it's not really that scalable. But if they can do it with just fucking DMs, then imagine how easy it's going to be if you actually give somebody value up front, build a little bit of trust, and even build a little bit of leverage. Because now these people know that, the people that you reach out to, they know that you know something and that you have something that they would like to have. Because even though you give them a strategy in that personalized video, usually 3 to 4 or 5 minutes is not enough to actually map out the whole process. It's like when you're watching a YouTube video, somebody is like showing you an outreach strategy or something, but they don't give you the exact scripts or they don't give you the details of it. And then you're like, dude, are you serious? Now, this gave me a lot of inspiration. I kind of know what I should do, but I don't have the specifics. So the prospects that you're reaching out to kind of feel the same way. And they want to get back to you and kind of learn more about it. That's why it's so easy to actually book calls afterwards. And also because they know that you're a real human being with a face, that you put all this effort into this, and most people acknowledge this. And then the next thing you want to do is meticulously track your KPIs. So track how many Looms you send, track how many views you receive, track how many conversations emerge out of those views, track how many calls you book, track how many calls you close, and track how much revenue you actually generated. And so, for example, these numbers here are pretty shit. And then if they are shit, you can see what you can improve. So for example, if your Looms to views rate is low, then, you might check if your lead quality is good. You might check if your deliverability is actually good. You might check if your subject line is good, if your email copy is good, and so many other things that you can check if this is shit. So improve this KPI first. This easily could be 100 Looms sent to 40 views gone. And then if your views to conversation rate is low, then, your Looms might actually just be shit. You got to check if your Looms are actually ass and you can improve them in some kind of way. Maybe you're not actually providing that much value and maybe people just don't have that big of an incentive to reply to you. Maybe you just need to redo your Loom. Maybe you just have to see if you can improve your tone or your way of talking. Maybe you just need to change the script. There's so many things you can do to improve the Loom. And if you improve it, then we could probably get 15 conversations out of 40 views easily. And then if your conversations to calls rate is low, then probably means that you're shit at appointment setting. So just get better at appointment setting, learn that shit. You could probably easily book 5 to 6 calls from 15 conversations. Easy. And then if you're not half bad, you could probably close 2 people of that shit. Then obviously you need to work on your sales skills. And let's say your average price is $2,000, so you generate $4,000 in revenue, then you can get these KPIs. So meticulously track your KPIs and then do projections with these KPIs into the future to know how many Looms you have to send. For example, if your Looms to views is 40%, if your views to conversations is like 37, and this is 40%, you close it around 30%, and you want to hit 22,515 in monthly recurring revenue, then you have to sell and your average price is 2,500, then you have to send 500 Looms with these KPIs, which is very, very fucking doable. And so all you got to do now is just turn this empty ass Google Calendar of yours into something like this by booking a bunch of calls with those Looms and then closing them. And then after you close them, very important, serve the clients with the offer that you had to the best of your abilities. And if your abilities are shit, then go ahead and learn better abilities. But it is so, so crucial that now you actually get your clients results. So learn those skills that you need to do it. Learn appointment setting, learn media buying, learn building funnels. I don't care. Learn these things to actually get them results. Because otherwise, yes, you will hit 22,515 and 28 cents a month. You will be crumbling down like a month or two after. And you won't be able to really sustain it long term. And so all you got to do as a last step now is literally just stack these clients on top of each other. Book more calls, close more calls, get them results. Stack these clients, get more clients. I don't know, get as many clients as you can. And then what you want to do is build a team on top of these clients that can take care of the service delivery. So all these clients are just being managed by your people. And obviously, depending on their offer and depending on what exactly you do and your service delivery parts and how much you do done for you and done with you, this team is going to change. But honestly, you do not need that big of a team. I mean, me, for example, I just have an EA, executive assistant, which is kind of also a CSM, so like a client success manager, and then I have editors. And that's it. I just need those two things. You know, the EA manages the clients, client communication, client happiness, a bunch of other things, manages editors, and then editors who do the editing. And then, you know, the rest of the parts for me is done with you, but you might also want to add an appointment setter to your team to place for your clients or other things. It really, really depends on your offer. But the last step is to just, once you actually got into that revenue goal or when you're on the way there, honestly, I don't really think you need that big of a team to get a 20K a month. You might want to start hiring editors and stuff for sure, like early on, and a VA, but you really don't need that much. And hiring those roles is not the hardest thing in the world, really. If you want like a separate video on hiring, I think I made one. You can check the description. I can also make a new one if you'd like to. So it's just hiring a team, making sure that you're out of service delivery. And then when you're out of service delivery, what do you do with all that extra time? Well, you go back to recording and sending looms and booking your sales calendar, taking sales calls and closing more clients and stacking even more of those into this pool right here. Okay, this is a terrible drawing, but you know what I mean. And then the last step you can do, very last step, once you have your client acquisition method dialed in, once you have a good team, once everything in terms of service delivery is being taken care of, all you got to do now is outsource the looms, because you don't actually have to record them. Once you have a script and a loom that works really, really well, how do we scale this even further is by getting people who record looms for us and send them for us. And you don't have to do this, they just have to copy your tone and your working script as best as possible, and then you can have multiple people recording looms and sending it to leads, and you just focus on taking the sales calls, closing clients, and your team focuses on delivering the service. Well, and that is exactly what you need to do to scale your content agency. It's 22,515 euros and 28 cents, and you can do this in 4 months. And this is exactly how I did it too. So just go ahead and copy this, do this. If I would have gone into the specifics, this video will literally be like 3 to 4 hours long. And because I didn't want to do that and I didn't want to record this video for 4 hours, if you have any specific questions on any of these steps, you can just DM me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to help you out. It's probably in the description. But yeah, I hope this was valuable. And I hope you don't click off and watch another video and actually implement this fucking strategy here, because this actually is exactly what I did. My clients are doing. So just do it, please. It will actually help you out so much. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.